This week's parsha is also the beginning of Sefer Vayikra, the book of Leviticus, and we learn a great deal about the service and the sacrifices that took place not only in the Mishkan and the tabernacle, but also in the temple and the Beis Hamikdash. And there are all sorts of services and sacrifices that took place, and one is a very interesting one. It's called B'chatas, offering the sin offering. Somebody went ahead and made an error in judgment, committed an act that he or she should not have done. So there are all sorts of chatas offerings that are supposed to be brought under various circumstances. But there's a very interesting section that deals with the leader of the people being engaged in such an action and him wanting to go ahead and bring forward a offering afterwards to go ahead and bring atonement for that. It's talking about the nasi, the leader. But the language that's used in this section is very striking in that it uses the word asher. Asher nasi yechta. What's this word asher? That the leader sins. What is this expression of asher, which is normally not used in this context? So Rashi famously says that this is associated with the word ashrei. We're familiar with the word ashrei. It's a famous section in our daily prayer. Ashrei yoshvei veisecha. Ashrei, which means fortunate. Meaning, fortunate is the leader, or rather, fortunate is the generation that has a leader that will bring an atonement for his errors and his mistakes. Very profound. Meaning, we don't expect our leaders to be perfect. And we don't expect all the people around us to be perfect. But what we can and what we should expect from our leadership is when there is a mistake, to look everyone in the eye and say, I made a mistake. That's a sign of a true leader. To the point that the Torah uses the language of ashrei. Fortunate. Fortunate is the man that has the courage to look his followers in the eye and say, I made a mistake. Folks, we're not expected to be perfect in life. We're an imperfect people living in an imperfect world. But when we do drop the ball and we do make a mistake or an error in judgment, let us remember the lesson of this week's parsha and understand what true leadership is. It's okay to go ahead and say, I made a mistake. Have a wonderful Shabbos.